Hello and welcome everyone to Trackalicious M2SDAY night streams with everyone. Thank you to Mike Clutch for rating us. I am Mike Nause, and today we have Mike Clutch with us in the booth as well. So thank you from everyone him joining. I think he's currently getting prepared, unless he is here.
They're just pulling up the server here so I can have a look at what's going on. But super excited for tonight's M2SDAY. How you feeling today, Mike?
I'm feeling awesome. This is going to be an extremely exciting race here at Donington Park. It's the fifth round of the season. No, actually, I have no idea how many rounds are in this season. I should probably know that, but I
I'll
don't.
probably
I'm just here to watch racing.
give me a few minutes. I could definitely look that up, but I think we're somewhere around midway through the season. Um, Not exactly sure yet, but yeah, give me a few. We'll definitely find out.
While we're waiting, we can go ahead and do a quick grid rundown as we don't have much time. We got a good 2 minutes to do it, so let's see. Here we go. Starting in P1 today, we're going to have Ed Kerstetter. Starting in P2, we'll have Kostovich. P3 will be Ollie Raza. There's a car missing on the grid here for P4, but that will be Dornales. They're just actually awkwardly spaced. P5 is going to be I'm Not Jimmy. Then starting in P6, all the way back here, we're going to have Fallen. Starting in P7, we're going to have, or P7's Fallen. P8 is Skinner. Not exactly sure why we're missing grid slots here. Oh, because the people that weren't here. Okay, never mind, because the people that weren't here this week, but they qualified for this spot last week. So, following them is going to be Fallen, Fallon, Phelan. Anyway, Skinner is going to be right behind him in P8. Felker, P9. Then P10 is going to be Smith. P11 is going to be Danny. P12, Professor Carnitis. Then coming down, bringing up the back row here, we are going to have Braun bringing up P13. Santello bringing up P14. We have Crabtree bringing up P15. Coming in P16, we'll have Sewell, Polgren bringing up P17, Andy Oak P18, Chapanello P19, Holly P20. P21 is going to be Holly as well. There's two Hollies, J Holly and K Holly. Then we'll have G Carnes, and then bringing up the back of the grid, we will have Sinetta. As we are about to get the formation lap underway, Mike Clutch, are you in the server?
I am in, and I think I have everything ready to go here. Um,
Perfect.
Excited to see what tonight brings. I have my separate camera set up, and I found that I was struggling trying to get the HUD to show so I could see which drivers were in which positions here. But we're ready to go. We're starting our formation lap. We're excited. Somebody that comes by and says hi to me a lot is number 26 and number 503. Sewell. Gaming with Peoples is also his gamer tag. So excited to see how he does tonight. But just wanted to give him a friendly shout out as he starts his formation lap.
Swell. That's how you pronounce it. Awesome.
Oh, swell. Got it.
Well, no, wait, did you? I thought that's how you pronounced it. Is that how you pronounce it?
I honestly, that probably is the better pronunciation, but I said swell, like kind of
Swell. Okay.
pronunciate you a little bit more.
No,
But yeah,
you're probably right. That sounds right.
yeah, super pumped, man. Hey, one thing for next week that I don't let me forget at the end of this race that I got to try and get their liveries on because I got black liveries on my screen
Yeah,
here.
no problem. I can help you out with that.
Yes. All right, let's go.
Yeah, as they're rounding here, the midsection of the track, we had a longer formation lap here in Donington Park. It's one of the more twisty, turny tracks, very, very technical. Not a track I like driving myself in GT3s, but a track that I do very much enjoy driving in GT4s and slower cars.
Yeah, there's what if you can find the rhythm in the beginning of the track there, or at least on the backside there, that windy part. It seems like it's more difficult in these M2s. You don't have as much of that aerodynamic grip and that downforce holding you against the track, so you may have to lift off differently compared to a GT3. But definitely a rhythm is needed for this track, but definitely harder to find in the M2.
Yeah, and luckily this is just going to be a 30-minute race here. And it's not going to be too long, so they won't have to find the rhythm for the longest amount of time. And hopefully they don't fall out of it, as it's quite easy to do on this track, as it gets quite tiring with how many turns and just the elevation changes and everything. I mean, there's just so much to this track that you don't actually see from just looking at the picture.
Yeah, 100%, man. It's going to be an interesting evening to watch. Excited to see Kostovich already in second place with Kerstetter there side by side. You know you're going to get some good door-to-door racing there. Kerstetter with his bright orange BMW. Love to see that. And Raza right behind them there on the second row there. So that's going to be cool.
As they come around here, rounding the final corner to abreast Noah's Ark formation, we will see them getting ready to go green, as the start-finish straight is quite short on this track. They're going to be accelerating quite quickly here, and we are going to be not underway. Oh god, suspense is killing me. We're underway at Donington Park.
And we are racing. Lights are out. Here we go. Side by side, door to door. Kostovich and Kerstetter. Kerstetter has the inside. Does he get the better run?
Does manage to hold that position for now. But Ollie Raza as well making up a position right there, I think, starting in P4. And Dornales falling back at position. Looking down back the grid, we have a yellow flag. Car off the track, Professor Carnitis, as he's taking an alternate line going off-roading here, making a track of his own.
Oh, you know he's kicking himself in the head right there, saying, what am I doing, man? But had to get back on the track safely, so found himself in last place as a result, man. Tough from that.
It was a very unfortunate, but very skilled off-roading skills there for Professor Carnitis. We see the Hollies. Ooh, we see a bit of contact, argy-bargy action, taking out the Bullard and spinning around. Not sure what the heck happened there. That was the Andy Oak as a result getting spun around. We can go back and take a look at that. We'll go back here for not 60 seconds. Oh no. Well, we're gonna go back for 60 seconds for 15 seconds, and I'm gonna see what happens.
As they come through the rest of the field here, making pretty good headway. Not too much contact. And nothing crazy to report. Everyone just finding their line. It looks like Dornales may be taking over Raza here. But they're door to door and doesn't get it done and sitting in fourth place.
Now we're going to see the action here between Andy Oak and the other drivers involved. A bit of contact, but it's very late and no one cares at this point. It's okay, we're learning.
And just to give you an update on the race, looks like everything's happening very smoothly. And there's a contact, just spins him around. He almost just got pile drived into the side and into the rear quarter panel, spun him around, had nothing to do there. Nothing he could do anyway.
Okay, now we're finally back live.
Ooh. Ooh. And we look like 52 car and 55 car are battling, and it looks like Badeson got around Fallon. And maybe I'm Not Jimmy now is going to overtake Fallon here as well.
Yeah, I'm Not Jimmy. I think he lost a couple positions from the start, trying to make the ground back up midway through the race here. Looking like he's making a pretty good, decent job of it. Looking like he wants to chase down Danny. Danny having a very solid start. I think he started quite far down the grid. He must have had a very nice turn one.
Yeah, it looks like Sewell is right there behind Braun and come through the chicane. He's got a better run out of it. Maybe door to door coming into this next right-hander. See how he does here. 503 car breaks late and he holds it. Keeps the 413 car behind him. Great job, Gaming with Peoples. Well done on that overtake.
Yeah, absolutely awesome. As now he has to defend back from the counterattacks, trying to cover up the inside line there, as he does a lovely job doing so. Actually, I say that, oh, no, he does. The car runs wide there.
Yeah, and he's looking at Santello here, hoping he can get another position. He's on the outside. Santello breaks super early, basically gives him the position. Gaming with Peoples, also known as Sewell, killing it right now, making up 2 places in less than half a lap. Well done.
Looking further up the field here, we have the 96 car of Skinner holding in P6 right now, kind of having a train behind him. He's doing a great job holding his position right now, but Danny's gonna nibbling at his toes like constantly, and I'm Not Jimmy is gonna want to have a piece of that if they squabble for a little bit too long.
Yeah, they're definitely creating a gap. It looks like the top 5 are in a league of their own here.
Yeah, the
And
top
the rest,
5 are off and about,
yeah.
but Danny Skinner doing or excuse me, Jarrett Skinner doing a great job defending. Very
And it looks like
experienced sim racer.
Burkhoff is in the pits for whatever reason. I wonder what happened there. We definitely had missed it at that point, at this point. But Chronos still making up time. Katina not far behind Chronos in the backfield there. But good racing overall tonight.
For sure, for sure. As a lot of these drivers seeming like they're actually quite well acquainted with this track. Must have been quite a bit of practice. I always struggle with this track.
Yeah, it's definitely a rhythm type track. And the two battles right now is going on for 6th and 7th place. And Gaming with People so well here, 12th and 11th place here. Really the two cars that are two positions that are in question basically around any turn. One mishap from either one of these drivers and they're going to be out of contention as far as gaining this place. And just a smooth line through there, not too hard on the throttle.
Ooh, and Skinner making his move right now, tries to make the overtake through the S curves, does an absolutely lovely job making that stick through there, as Danny just having not the quite best run.
Yeah, and they get
He's gonna have a
just about
lunge
door to
back.
door here. Ooh, a little contact there from the top left-hand fender of Skinner and the rear quarter panel of Danny there. Coming around, and you can just see him holding him up. He's getting so frustrated. Number 96 wanting to get around. Come around the blind right-hander.
Well,
Would have had the better line, but I think he unstabled himself going over that curve a little bit.
Danny made that overtake on Skinner there. Now he's looking like he actually does want to pull away. Skinner not quite having the pace to stay with these guys, but I say that, and he's closing right back up on Danny after that.
We just went past some tires on the track there, I think. Something was left on track there. Oh, as Danny runs wide, Skinner gets the inside. Can he get a better run out of the corner? Oh, I think I'm a little ahead of your stream here is what's happening.
On Discord?
Yeah. Oh, on Discord, no. I'm looking at track stream.
Well, there's your
forgot to
problem.
check on... Yeah. Let's see that.
Look at him
Completely
field.
forgot about how we set it up last week.
All good, all good.
There
Look
we
at
go.
field. We have Kerstetter absolutely pulling away from the rest of the field, followed by Kostovich, who's pulling a gap of his own to Dornalis. Dornalis kind of managing to keep it ahead of Padberg right now, but Ollie Raza right behind Padberg, doing a great job staying in this action. And then following back behind them, we have Danny, who did make his overtake on Skinner. Skinner falling back to P7, followed by I'm Not Jimmy currently, and Swell running down in P9, looking like he actually managed to make that stick, as now Kenneth Smith is battling with Fallen, making that overtake stick.
Yeah, Santello not far behind those two. Santello may actually get a run up on the inside, but decides to think the better of it as they come around. Just a train of cars here, hoping to get any slipstream you can in these little M2s. I mean, not much of an advantage there with the slipstream, but hard on the brakes coming through the chicane. And we come around this big, long, sweeping right-hander. We'll see if we can sneak it in on the inside.
Oh!
Contact there. Some love. Oh,
Fallen getting spun around as a result.
And he's stuck. Doesn't look like he can pull out. And just barely manages to get out there now.
There is a gap to P16, but he now makes that gap stick, but it's not exactly the gap he wanted to be going for at this moment, that's for sure.
And I don't know if we got some damage on Santello's car, but he just went right, and number 12, Felker, just overtook him for 11th place there, excuse me. And the battle's still on, so it looks like Braun's going to come up on the inside. Possibly a better run down this back stretch.
Much better
And
run. Makes that look easy. Sticks it right in front. Actually, Santello probably does have damage, as now he's struggling to keep Polgren behind him now.
I think he had to lift off there initially when Braun went by him, as Polgren comes close, but not exactly there.
He's still trying. As they're battling here, Jay Holly is right behind them, ready to catch up on any mistakes that they make here and try to sneak his way in.
Around this blind right-hander. Good clean racing from everybody. Tough call. The stewards are going to have to look at that contact there. I don't know if you'd want to chalk it up to a racing incident. Maybe, they're going to have to study that replay, see where he hit that braking marker, if he was too late, and see what happened there as they come through the chicane.
It seemed quite clear that he was just a little too late on the brakes there, unfortunately.
Now, would you chalk that up to a racing incident, or do you think that deserves some type of penalty?
I mean, if this was any sort of league, this league doesn't dish out penalties, and actually we don't have stewarding on this league, but yeah, I would probably call that a penalty because, I mean, he just didn't quite make his braking zone.
Yeah,
even if the car
he loses 2 positions here. Polgren gets around him, and he dives in, tries to retain his position from Hawley. And Hawley's fighting here, coming up on the left-hand side, manages to get the better run out of the turn, coming down the straight.
Hawley makes it stick. Santello just losing ground constantly, as you can kind of see some damage there on his front bumper, actually.
Yeah, he may have a slight issue because it doesn't look like his braking, his maybe suspension problem, maybe braking problem. His line just doesn't seem to be on point. He's taking some risky dives into turns. So we're just going to see how he manages throughout the rest of the race.
Oh, as he there just runs wide off the track, struggling to keep it on. As you say before, as it's a rhythm-based track, he seems to have lost his rhythm.
Yeah, he definitely seems out of his flow here. As we look further up the field, Braun coming up on Felker within a couple hundredths of a second, almost 1/100th of a second earlier there. And he's on him like white on rice, people. Braking hard, right at the same point here, neck to neck, going through the chicane, a little wide from Felker. Braun gets a better run up the inside, side by side, door to door. Come on, can he make it stick? Coming through for the wide right-hander. He's got the inside, got the advantage. Late on the brakes, but he manages to hold it. Can Felker get the switchback? He cannot, does not get it done. What good racing from Braun right there.
Absolutely, Braun covering that switchback off. Lovely coming out of that exit. It's a very awesome overtake there. It's actually Felker now getting the better run. Going to try to take it down the outside as they go side by side down the straight. We'll hop on board with him just to see how actually intense these battles are. We'll see if he can actually manage to make anything happen here. I don't think he will, but he's definitely going to try.
He's definitely keeping up with him. He went wide on that previous 2 turns there. I guess got some dust on the tires, maybe shook him up a little bit, got him out of his rhythm. Felker holding his position here, trying to get it back. But it just doesn't seem like he has the run down this back stretch here as we come around this sweeping left-hander, up the hill, about to hit the blind right-hander.
And this also shows before, as I was saying, just the elevation differences, as this track looks quite complicated just from looking at it on the track map, but then when you add in all these added elevation changes and blind right-handers like that, for instance, the track is so easy to make a mistake at any second.
Absolutely. And it looks like we got some battling in the back of the field. Looks like Crabtree was able to well, not Crabtree, Katina, excuse me, was able to get around Scapinello and spins out. As he took the turn wide, it looked like his tires caught the grass a little bit, I think is what happened there. And Scapinello manages to hold his place, and now Crabtree, I'm sorry.
No, you're correct. Crabtree, yes.
Yep,
Crabtree spins around there and loses that position.
That was Crabtree. Okay, got it. Yeah, back on track though, but I think he dipped that left-hand tire, rear tire out, and it just spun him around.
And Swell looking like he's going to have a move here at I'm Not Jimmy. And actually, we see that Skinner taking the line that Cronitis took earlier in the track, running off, making a track of his own. We have Eric in the chat as well. How's it going, Eric? Tree Light as well. Everyone, thank you to everyone in the chat.
Oh, Swell coming up on I'm Not Jimmy. No, neck to neck here. If we can, yeah, there you go. Got the right angle there now. Here we come around the blind right-hander up the hill. And it looks like he gets a better run on the inside. What great racing from Swell tonight. I'm Not Jimmy back into 8th place. Swell up into 7th place. Got quite the distance from Danny in 6th place. But as long as he can hold it, man, this might be the position that he holds for the rest of the race. 6 seconds in these BMWs is hard to make up.
I don't know, you say that, and he's currently lapping a second a lap faster than Danny in the position in front of him, and if he manages to keep that pace up, well, he'll catch him in a matter of 5-6 laps.
Well, something we're gonna have to look out for sure. I just am amazed to see how well he's doing tonight. Not that I'm amazed because he isn't a bad driver. It's just crazy the pace he's got around in regards to the cars around him.
Apple, thank you very much for the love. Swell,
Like
doing very well as he did start down in P16 if I'm not mistaken, falling side-by-side action here with Holly. So I think Fallen's trying to make that position back up from earlier after sustaining a little bit of damage, if I'm not mistaken. No, that was Felker. No, that was Fallen.
Yep, and it looks like Holly just gave him that line there to lift off the gas a little bit into turn 1 so he could kind of fall in line. Wants to try and find another opportunity to have a look at him. It looks like late on the brakes there as he comes close to his rear bumper.
Looking like he wants to have another look down there. As there's a car off the track or something. No, that was just the camera angle. Never mind. Okay. Oh, no, there is a car off the track.
Yeah. Who's that, Santello again?
I have no idea. My race app didn't tell me who that was.
Yeah, they're not quick to dish out the yellow flags today, huh?
No, not on this track for sure. They've been pretty good on other ones, but not so much on this one. You can look up the field again as not much has changed. Kostovich still pulling ahead. 2-second gap in the field. Kostovich in P2 and Dornalis actually now right behind Kostovich is Dornalis. Padberg 2 seconds behind with Raza still right behind him. Ollie Raza just content to stay there for now. Go ahead.
That last lap, Kostovich and Dornalis posted literally the exact same time down to the thousandths of a second. That was pretty incredible.
Wow.
It was, I think it was a 1:41.302. I think is what it was. Don't quote me on that, but whatever it was, they were exactly on point as far as their lap time. So this is just a good matchup as far as the battling goes here, just as far as their skill level.
Kostovich is going to probably have to try to find a little bit of pace there, though, unfortunately, to make some ground up, and hopefully Kerstetter loses some in his eyes, but Kerstetter holding strong on that pace. If they lap this the rest of the race, he'd be very happy with that for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Kerstetter was our race winner last week, was that correct?
Yeah.
For race 2, I think it was?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Got it. Yeah.
Followed by Kostovich and then Dornalis, if I'm not mistaken.
So just to run you down, our top 10, we got Kerstetter in first, Kostovich in second, Dornalis in third, Padberg in fourth, Raza in fifth. Am I saying this right, guys?
Danny.
Danny Basden.
Danny.
I know you keep calling him Danny. I think it's Basden. Oh, as he goes off track.
Uh-oh.
And he really unsettles the car as he hits the bumpy grass there.
Manages to keep a hold of it, losing.
Yeah, manages to keep a hold of it, but now Swell in 7th place, only about 5 seconds behind, definitely making up some time. I'm Not Jimmy keeping up with him in 8th place, Skinner in 9th, Smith in 10th, as Braun is in 11th. In 12th, we got Polgrain, Felker in 13th, Fallen in 14th, and Holly in 15th.
Yeah, behind them we have Santello, Cronitis, Chapanello, Crabtree, actually currently in a battle with Satina. and followed by Satina currently, but looking like that position might not stand true for a while. And Andy Oak behind them, followed by Carnes, then Holly in the pits, and Mike Burkov back out on the track, trying to complete the rest of this race. And
Yeah,
look back at
Crabtree and Katina definitely going at it around this big right-hander. Within about half a second to a second here, but it looks like Crabtree had the better run coming down into this left-hander.
gives up quite a bit of ground right there, and looking like that battle's going to come to a pause for now. Looking up.
Hawley all of a sudden in the pits. I wonder what happened there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I saw a yellow flag on track, but I thought that was for car number 9, not car number
Oh,
1.
I'm sorry. It's the other Hawley. I thought the number 15th Hawley was there.
Oh.
And ooh, as Fallen flies past Felker there.
Felker must have made a mistake. We can go back and I'll try the 15 seconds, as yes, he does run. Makes a run off track, and there Fallen makes an easy pass of him.
Yeah. Well done, taking advantage of the mistakes, and that's half the battle. Staying behind your opponent, putting the pressure on, try a flash of the headlight or two, put the pressures, wait till they make a mistake. But these guys, especially in the top 5 here, some of them that just doesn't work. You get to a certain point where your skill level, you know how to work that car around that track, and even a little pressure won't bother you, as we see.
Felker trying to take that position back on Fallen. Fallen doing a great job defending the inside line there, covering off the switchback nicely as well. But Fallen not going to take no for, Felker not going to take no for an answer here, I think, as Fallen's going to try his best to pull a little bit of distance, but is struggling to. Felker doing a great job of keeping up, and Holly as well. The other Holly that is not in the pits.
Right. And Dornales, just to keep you updated in the front of the field, Dornales still within half a second of Kostovich. But as I said, these top-tier players here do not give in to the pressure well.
And Ollie Raza actually falling back heavily from Padberg. I think he must have made a mistake at some point, as he was right behind Padberg for the whole race pretty much. And he's now falling
now
back.
Danny's only within 2 seconds of him. Danny has a chance to get into the top 5.
Yeah, but also so does Swell if he keeps this pace up. Actually, I say that though, he is lapping a second a lap quicker as this pace. He is really comfortable with this car on this track for sure. Lapping a second faster than the field around him currently.
Yeah, he's killing it. Even I'm not Jimmy now with a 2.2 second gap. And it looks like he's just pulling away from the rest of the field. Great job for Sewell.
Top 3 here. Still battling for P2, but Dornales looking like he doesn't want to make any early moves just yet. Want to wait till he has a good opportunity to make sure he can keep that position, as he does not want to just lose it right back to Kostovich.
Absolutely. Maybe we can hop on board with Donald to see some of these braking points and these steering inputs here, as you can just see how close he is. Possibly even getting the run up on him. Maybe a few kilometers faster. Braking hard, and you see how much lean that car gives. You see how much sway there is in that suspension. I mean, we're a little wide by Kostovich there. Oh man, you see that suspension moving and working, man. These are nothing like these GT3 cars. Requires, I think, a lot more skill to drive well, where it may be more similar to your road car feel. To really pull the most out of the car, you really got to have a driver that knows how to really get it. And it looks like Kostovich unsettled the rear of the car there, coming out of the chicane. Dornales has a run up on the outside, coming through the very wide right-hander here.
Extremely late under braking, manages to go for the switchback maybe, but Kostovich covering that off nicely as well. As they're coming around the penultimate corner, or they're now coming around the final corner here. As he makes a lovely lunge down at Kostovich, giving him plenty of space. The respect he deserves. Dornales.
Door, nose to nose.
Kostovich, though, going to have the inside line, though, for this.
Oh my god, if that was like the end of the race, that would have been crazy how close that was. But unfortunately, we still have fortunately, we still have 6 minutes to go as Dornalis holds the outside. Kostovic can't hold the inside, doesn't have a good run. Dornalis makes it stick, holds P2. What a move. And it looks like he's got it under control. Hopefully the pressure won't get to him too much. Let's see how he handles the coming turns here.
Yeah, it was a stunning overtake as that took him multiple corners to set up. He was setting that up all the way from the second to last corner, that one. Made it stick around the first. Maybe second, if you want to call it that. He's still now under pressure heavily from Kostovic. Kostovic going to be wanting that position back desperately, but Dornalis looking like he actually has a decent bit of pace and can manage to keep this up.
Definitely. I think he's going to hold it. I don't want to say easily, but I think he is going to hold it for the race here. This Kostovic, I don't know if he's losing grip on those tires. I know as you hit 20 minutes in, 25 minutes in, you might feel another level of grip. So, yeah, what a great move by Dornalis, really letting Kostovic know, hey, man, any mishap, I'm here, I'm going to take that position, and I just did it.
Yeah, and a little bit of contact in there as well, just to seal it on top, but these cars can definitely take a little bit of a beating like that. As we see a yellow flag on track, car number 33. Let's see. In mind, they're back on track. Just a little off-track excursion. Can't even find car 33.
It was Santello in 16th place there.
Ah, there we go.
Oh, and another one off track. Hawley, the other Hawley that was in the pits off track, maybe just not finding a rhythm coming out of the pits there.
The BMW came from Holden from Australia. That's an interesting fact there from Sage Blue. I'm going to add that one to my fact book in my brain.
Yeah, look at that. Jay Foley, number 14 Foley, close to Faulkner, but Felker, excuse me. But it looks like he braked a little bit too hard there coming out of this turn and created a little bit of a gap for himself. He was closer just a few seconds ago, but might have been a mishap in that last turn.
Looking up, I want to see, let's see how Swell is doing here. So he is
Yeah, it looks
managing
like
to close the gap on Danny, but it doesn't look like he has the pace to close as he kind of, he's still lapping like a second to lap.
he's
Well,
definitely
not
getting
quite.
there, 4 seconds behind now, but Danny's actually coming up on Raza within 0.3 of a second. See if he has a look on the inside. And he's holding it through the chicane. Smart move there. Don't want to be overtaken through that. As he comes up through this big, wide right-hander. Let's see if he's going to go for the inside. Does not. Thinks the better of it. Knows he needs to get a little bit closer. Ooh, as Danny goes a little wide.
Sends it down the inside there.
Sorry, Raza goes a little wide. Danny sends it on the inside. Almost neck to neck, but not exactly.
Danny closing the door on him right there, as he rightfully should, or excuse me, Ollie Raza closing the door on him as he has the right to, and then covering that switchback off, at least trying to, as he does manage to tuck on the outside, or tuck in the inside there, and not giving Danny any edge coming into turn one here, as Danny's going to try to make a massive late braking lunge around the outside. Can't quite keep the momentum to make it stick, as this isn't the opportunity, or that's not the best opportunity for overtaking, as it's quite high speed, and also that massive elevation dip makes the car just kind of easy to oversteer and or understeer.
Yeah, he may have had it later on in the track on that big wide right-hander there, but on that portion of the track there, it's not enough of a turn. Plus, it's the elevation change will really throw your suspension off, so you can't really pull a switchback that you would on other portions of the track.
Yeah, and Ollie Raza using all of the track he can to his advantage in the Holden Commodore, as I guess that is what they're called in Australia, the M2s.
Down under. Commodore, huh?
It's in America?
He's neck to neck. He's within 1/10 of a second now on Raza. Danny coming, can he? Oh, Raza covering the inside. Danny tries to go the outside. Oh, through the chicane they go. It looks like Danny's going to have a better run coming out of the chicane.
Yeah, Raza leaving not much space at all from that last turn there.
Now he's going to try for the switchback. Can he get it done? Can he get it done? And he cannot.
Runs wide.
Raza, what defense from Raza? Can we just name him the Prime Minister of Defense? This is insane, people.
Danny definitely had an opportunity there, but he scrubbed off a lot of his speed. Maybe his tires are starting to go, and I say that, and he's going to try to make another alternate line down the inside. It's not quite going to work, it looks like. See if he tries to make a lunge here down the inside as Raza leaving the gap open, and he actually tries to go around the outside through the pit lane, which not the best overtaking maneuver. We'll see, as he
It
does
definitely was a
runs
little tight to
wide.
track limits. Yeah, it definitely was a little tight to track limits there, but he's fighting with everything he can here, and he trying to get it done, Danny. We gotta commend him at the end of this race because that was some good. This is some good battling between Raza and Danny right here.
Yeah, Danny, though, he wants that position. He is not giving up for anything.
And just a little further back now, you're starting to see Sewell come up within 3 seconds. It doesn't look like he had the pace to catch up to him, but if there was more of a race, he definitely would have gotten there. He may have had a few mistakes, or his grip levels are wearing down on the tires, um, or Danny is just being held up by Raza.
Overall, though, for Swell, P16 to P7 is not a bad result at all,
Yeah,
especially in this field.
that is definitely a reason to celebrate, man. Definitely a reason to celebrate.
Can jump on cam now with Kerstetter, as he's going to be rounding the final corner. Actually, Dornalis still managing to hold that position off, but Kostovich trying his best, as he probably will be around the final corner here. Can't quite make it done. Kerstetter gets P1. Dornalis secures P2 there. The lovely battle with Kostovich. Kostovich can't quite take his position back to get P3, but does manage, or Padberg in P4. Big old pile up at the end, as he loved to see. Ollie Raza P5. Danny not quite getting it done on Ollie Raza at the end there. Swell, lovely race from him, starting from P16 to P7, followed by I'm Not Jimmy crossing the line now. Then Skinner. Skinner, not quite the best race from him, but not quite the worst either. He kind of had a few opportunities early, but lost them
Ooh.
towards the end.
Braun almost had a look on Smith coming up on the inside there, but managed to stay in position. And what a good race overall. Not too much contact, a couple spin outs, but overall a great race.
Yeah, as we still have a little bit of racing down the field here from Chapello and Crabtree, or Chapanello, excuse me. Chapaello? I don't know, man.
I think it's Scapanello. I can't
Tries to
remember.
send it down the inside there. Lovely, as Crabtree does run wide. Scapanello does make it stick. Can he hold it for the rest of this race here? We'll see. As he's
Oh,
now,
and Crabtree with a quick look right on his bumper, but doesn't hold it, man. And in 20th goes Scapanello. Crabtree 21st. Well done.
yeah, Scapanello getting that at the end there for P19, sneaking out of the P20 spot. Everybody now crossing the line, as we're going to get ready for our next race, which is going to be a reverse grid race. So these positions that you see right now with Ed Kerstetter, Dornalis, and Kostovich, they're going to be starting in last place. And then we're going to have Holly, Mike Burkov. Actually, I'm not sure if Holly or Mike Burkov, I'm not sure if they qualified enough to have enough. No, they did. Okay, yes. So we're going to have Holly, Mike Burkov, and then followed up by Fallen, or Satina. Not sure who that was. It was Satina.
Yeah. Yeah. Good race overall. Congratulations to our top five. Kerstetter. Oh, it looks like they jumped out here, so my order's a little bit different from
Yep.
where they actually ended. Yep.
I know. I got to remember to take a picture of that at the end. Server
Yeah.
should be restarting here soon, as we're going to get ready for the reverse grid. And we have a...
Now, do they practice at all and qualify again? Remind me from last week.
Nope, so this is a reverse grid once again. So they just basically, all we're going to do, we're going to come back in for a little bit of probably a 10-minute practice as they get the grids all set up and swap everyone around, as you have to restart the server to start to do the reverse grid. And after that, they're going to be just sent out on their formation lap and ready to race from last place down to first.
That is it, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to get the server ready to go on the backside. They're going to be practicing a little bit. Interesting to see. We're what comes out of next race. I wonder how Mr. Sewell's going to do again. He had an incredible race today. Hopefully, some of the guys that spun out a little bit for Nidus will definitely get a better run for next race here. And hopefully, the other Paulie, the one in the pits, will also have a better result as well.
Yeah, and question from Eric in chat, how are we doing tonight? I'm doing great. As you just came off of an absolutely awesome end to your stream, we should also say.
It was exciting. We are practicing for a league race that I have tomorrow at Coda, one of the I think one of the hardest tracks. I can see why it does get a lot of hate, but it may be still a slow time, but it's a pretty fast time for a guy like me, and we just managed to hit a new personal best by 6/10 of a second, I believe. And it was a 208.5, 208.582. So super excited for that. So.
Flying.
So do we have to log back in? Is that what we have to do for the
Yeah,
server?
so just
Got it,
basically
got it.
just leave and rejoin once the server comes back up.
Yeah, Tree Light, be good to have you in one of these races, man. Make sure you check out Trackalicious on SimGrid, as Track said. And you'll find all the championships that they're running there. Some great races that Trackalicious hosts. So they're just pulling up the server again here as we load back in.
Green light, go, go, go.
There should be an exam to qualify. No, maybe not.
Well,
I always failed exams.
I was gonna say then plebs like me probably wouldn't be able to run this race. But I would definitely be, that's why they call me clutch, because somebody's got to come up clutch in the back of the field. So that's what we do here.
Sage Blue, you telling me you lied to me?
We'll leave it at a mistake. We'll chalk it up to a mistake here.
I think Sage Blue lied to me.
We got 9 minutes of practice, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna let West Coast Mike hold it down for just a few minutes as I take a 2-minute break. I'll be back in just a few minutes. Mike, you got this for the next couple minutes?
Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, Gaming with People just hopped in the chat. That was Sewell there that you saw on track there. So just shout out to you, Peoples. Well done on your race. But I'll be back in a few minutes, guys. Mike, West Coast Mike, hold it down. We'll see you in a few.
I know, we got the Italian stallion here who's, I'm just West Coast Mike, the pleb West Coast Mike. But I'll take it.
Hey, I heard that. I'll be back.
Sounds good. Hope everyone's having a great night, as that was an awesome last race, as we saw Kerstetter followed by Kostovich and then Dornalis. Or excuse me, Kostovich, Dornalis, Kerstetter, as Dornalis did manage to make that overtake at the end. But it doesn't matter anymore because they're going to be starting in the back of the grid anyways. And the people that started in last are going to be up in the front. As currently, I think we have our positions getting sorted out, as looks like a lot of them are, but some of them still not quite yet. Still people joining the server. And the reverse grid race, this is always the exciting one, where you have, not that any driver is slow in this field whatsoever, but you have these slower drivers in the back, starting in the front, and then the fast guy is going to have to make their way through. Sage Blue, I don't, how is that information going to be useful to me? Now I just know that there's a car called the Holden Commodore. Does that benefit me? I had to throw something away to remember that. The West Coast Weapon? Yeah, but that doesn't... Wait, I guess that doesn't... He doesn't have his name in his either. I'm not sure how descriptive that is, though. So we see some drivers now just going out on the track, get a couple practice laps in before. A lot of these drivers, not quite. Yep, no, still not in position yet. We're getting there. Dornalis is in position in his P3rd to last. West Coast Monster Mike. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if that's complimentary or not. Someone I definitely want to keep an eye on in this race, though, is Danny, as he had a very lovely last race, but just couldn't quite manage to keep it there at the end. Lost his position. Okay, well, what's the West Coast Commodore, or the West Coast, jeez, the Holden, alright, well, the Holden Commodore, what's that called not in Australia? These are important details. Actually, while we're waiting, we can go and just take a quick look at the liveries, why not? Take a look here at, if I can get my mouse. Oh, man. Just take a quick look down the grid here. All the cars. Fallen. We have Holly, the 410 car, Skinner, the 96 car. Felker. Bringing up P, whatever he's starting in. I don't know yet, guys. We're going to find that out as the grid should be getting almost done now, but Kostovich still in first place, so. Oh, it's a Camaro? That makes sense. I won't forget that now. The Holden Commodore is the Holden Camaro. Because you Holden... I don't... Oh, man. I need to think of an analogy for that one. We'll get to that one later.
Alright, what happenings did I miss?
I learned that Sage Blue did in fact lie to me. And it's the Camaro is the Holden Commodore.
Ah, that makes sense. I was, I didn't want to, like, bring that up mid-race, but I know, like, the Mustang, like, that reworked Mustang that Ken Block drives, isn't that also a Holden?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
That sounds
Sage
like a
Blue, you're gonna have
question
to
to
let me
say. I
know.
was going to say Sage Blue sounds
Yeah.
like he probably would know that one off the dome piece, but...
Oh, God, I'm just catching up with chat here. Let's see what shenanigans is going on here in Trackalicious chat. what, what is this? West Coast Monster Mike. I love it.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like that one too much.
What about just Monster Mike?
Mm,
Yeah.
you know.
It's a little cringeworthy.
I mean, it's a name.
Nate in the house as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an alien in chat. NML Racing. Camaro is General Motors' name in America.
Oh,
Wait, what?
wait. Yeah, we know that. We're American.
Yeah. Mikey Mike. Hey.
No, I don't want that anymore. I used to go by Mikey when I was younger. No more. I'm
I
sure
think
you
my
did
grandmother
too.
was. Yeah, my grandmother was the only. My Italian grandmother, she wouldn't even say Mike. She'd be like Mikey, because she was like off the boat. She was the only one that got away with that. So we're not gonna let that happen. That's why we just stick to clutch. Because like I said, someone's got to come up clutch on the back of the field. Someone's got to be Latifi of the group. Come on now. Nate. Oh man, Nate.
We're trying too hard now. We're trying way too hard in chat.
Join. Killer wants to join. Killer, you definitely could join.
Mini Mike. I was Big Mike on the wrestling team. That's not gonna work.
Yeah, I know about that.
That's just absolutely not going to
Yeah.
work.
Ask Eric. He'll tell you not to call me Mini Mike. That's an inside joke. But if you ask Huff and Eric, they'll tell you. I don't know if Eric is still lurking in the chat there, but Eric, let him know if you're there. We got about a minute and a half of practice left, and then we'll get this race going.
A lot of drivers just getting their setups all tuned finally. Oh, so Clutch is Mini Mike now.
No. Ask Eric. Trackalicious will let you know why we don't refer to Mike as Mini Mike. I think you missed that. I think you missed the group chat. I didn't stream
I'm
it, so
unaware.
nobody saw it. But yeah, that's an inside joke. It's all right. A minute left to go here. Counting down the seconds here.
The
Let's just say
reverse.
everyone. Eric, you're killing me, man. You're killing me, man. I think we're gonna have to. I think we're gonna have to get Nate in the garage tonight and let him know. That's all. Or maybe you pull Nate in the garage tonight and let him know. I don't think Nate knows. Um, but anyway. You guys answer me because I had.
Yes, we did.
Oh, okay.
We know what the Camaro is in America, because we're American. We're ignorant Americans. We don't know what it is
Yes.
everywhere else,
We're
because we're
dirty,
ignorant
sweaty Jersey
Americans.
Italians. I mean, oh god, this is ridiculous tonight. This is ridiculous. Hey, listen, Trackalicious said, Mike, be yourself. So it's all coming out tonight, guys. No filter. All right.
So far,
I'm
so
been
good.
been great. It's been great. We got a 4 minute wait time. Um, I'm sure that won't take the complete 4 minutes, but even if it does, we're having a good time. So no worries here.
And Dornalis, actually, I'm not sure if these grid positions are quite solved yet, because Dornalis still in P2 as he finished in P2, and it's going to be a reverse grid this time for anyone who's just joining us. People who finished in first last race of this 30-minute race here at Donington Park. The M2SDAY league races here with Trackalicious, along with our other friends, Box 3 and 949. Always got to shout them out.
Absolutely great group of guys there.
It's a night
Nine.
race.
Oh, it is a night race. Now this is gonna change things, people.
I doubt any of these drivers practice this track at night. This is going to be fun. And we see the grid is now currently correct. Starting in P1, we have Mike Burkhoff. Starting in P2, we have Andy Oak. Then P3, we have Gabe Carnes, followed by Crabtree, then Tony Satina, Professor Cronitis, John Hawley, Rodney Felker, Ross Fallen, Alejandro Polgren, Kevin Braun. I know you guys can't quite see the picture that well, but followed by Kenneth Smith in 357 Pan Am car. Then Smith, I'm not sure if I said that actually, Skinner following him. I'm not Jimmy. Then followed by Swell, who's starting in P15 this race, started in P16 last race, had a really solid race, managing to finish in P7. Followed by Danny. Uh, Danny's going to be followed by Ollie Raza. After that, we're going to have Padberg bringing up behind him, Kostovich, P19, following second, Dornalis starting in third to last
Yeah.
for some reason. I think he's supposed to be starting in second to last.
I think Hawley didn't complete his. That's what it is. So Hawley's in last because he didn't complete enough laps to. What is it? A 75% rule?
Yes.
I can't remember. Yeah. So Kerstetter gets the benefit of gaining one position due to Hawley not finishing enough laps last race. And here's our grid for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Just so you're aware, Mike, I'm gonna have my camera on Kerstetter way in the back of the grid here, so I can see if there's any carnage that happens in the back, or if you want me in the front and you in the back. Totally up to you.
We're going to catch this action as we go, I'd say. It's up to you as
All
well.
right, let's do it.
We have King. Ooh.
King Quad.
Quad.
Gotta be it. Q is a Q with a
No.
QUAD, like QU
No.
quad.
What? Anyways,
King Q.
apologies for butchering the name. Chat's getting a little out of control and rowdy, Eric. I think you're gonna have to ban this boy who's out of. Oh wait, it's Eric that's out of control. Ban him. That's right.
Let's just say East Coast. What? What? I'm not even gonna read that out loud. Not even gonna read. We got 2 seconds to go before our session begins. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
Night
Night
race, reverse grid at Donington Park, M2SDAY's Box 3949 Trackalicious.
Here at good old Donny. I might have to pull out my UK accent since we're racing here.
Please
But
don't.
we made. Fair enough. Fair enough. We won't do that. And we're off for our formation lap.
I'm really excited to see how Mike Burkhoff here, another fellow Mike, as both people in the booth here are Mikes, and now we have a Mike representing P1. We'll ignore the fact that he finished in last place last race, because he's in P1 now. Andy Oak. A lot of these drivers actually up here in this top are quite skilled drivers themselves.
It's going to be interesting because it's not easy to overtake in these M2s. And Donnie has, like you said at last race, those elevation changes. Plus, with the addition of racing at night, it's going to be quite the experience.
Absolutely. And currently, once again, they're just rounding about the midway part of the track here. They're all getting their tires up to temp. Hopefully, the temperature didn't plummet too much. A lot of these drivers are going to be, no pun intended, in the dark when it comes to pressures and temperatures.
Doing everything they can to warm up those tires. Or even seeing some of them ride that brake as they mash that gas pedal, heating up those brakes, trying to get some heat into the wheels. Who knows if even I'm sure they were aware, right, that it was a night race, or was this a surprise on them as well?
I don't know.
Got it.
But regardless, they didn't have any practice for these temperatures, so they're
Correct.
going to have to guess accordingly with their pressures. And some might guess high, some might guess low, and some are going to guess just right.
Definitely going to be interesting.
So I'm going to start probably about midway through the field on Helicam. I think that's going to give me the best picture. As these cars line up 2x2 Noah's Ark formation, coming around the penultimate corner here at Donington Park, M2SDAY's night race reverse grid. Everyone lining up now. Hopefully everyone's got their right setups, temperatures, pressures. Got a couple people out of position, everyone finding their spots. This is going to be quite the exciting start here.
We're just about underway, ladies and gentlemen. Stay close to those screens.
And we are about to go green here at... It's so much later than I always expect. Green here at Donington. Gotta love it. Absolutely on time. Nailed it. Perfect timing. We're racing. Great start from Mike Burkhoff. Everyone there compressing under brakes here. So we can just kind of bounce our way through the field.
First turn through Redgate here, and no contact. A little bit of dust kicked up on the outside. Definitely 3x3, 2x2 coming down this stretch. So you see some cars fall into line here.
A couple cars getting a little out of shape. I think that was Cronitis there down in P6. Falling back to P7 right there. That was Holly, excuse me. Getting a little out of shape, losing a position.
Hadberg was just 3 wide as well. A lot of cars door to door right now, trying to find their line through this racetrack.
So we can hop on board here, actually. I'd want to hop on board with Dornalis, who made a great start. You can see just how talented these racers are here as they're going to navigate through this field. Can't see anything besides the headlights, as there's no lights on the side. No nothing, as he tucks in right behind him here, taking a lunge down the outside, but there's a car in front of him, but luckily they moved to the inside for him, and he gets left the space. Actually, car running wide. I'm not sure if that Polgren there actually had a bit of an assist getting pushed wide, or if he just ran wide himself, but an unfortunate nonetheless for
the
Polgren.
Melbourne hairpin. Can you hold it on the inside? A lot of cars 2x2 in front of him. Oh, and some contact between Braun and Danny Bateston.
Yeah, I'm not sure Braun needs, and it's Dornalis, I think, actually, but I'm not sure Braun needs to be fighting. He needs to realize who he's battling here in this
Oh,
race,
and
I
a
think.
big pile up and a car turn midway around.
Let's see what happened there.
And some more carnage. Dornalis gets taken out as well. Oh my gosh, Dornalis gets taken out.
Wow. That was our potential race leader in the mid-pack there. Let's see if I can go back and see what happened there as he just gets pushed off and slammed into the barrier.
Just a bad place to get pushed off too, because you got that wall right to the left, and he's
Oh,
probably
it's right
hurting
after
right now
pit
with the
lane.
damage.
Right after pit lane, he's going to have to limp his car all the way back. His race is practically over, unfortunately. He's going to have to make a pit stop and fall all the way back. It's not a great way to finish or start a race after having a lovely P2 from the last race.
Yeah, Kerstetter looked like he was further up the field, but he lost a few positions. And trying to fight his way back.
Swell. Actually dropping back a position from the start, dropping back 3 positions.
He may have got caught up in some of the carnage there. That may have been what happened there and why he managed to lose a couple places. Coming up on the inside of Kevin Smith there in the 357 car. As they come down to the Melbourne hairpin. Holds it. And takes the position from Smith, 18th up to 17th. I'm not Jimmy now in front of him. It's almost like a repeat of last race.
Yeah, it is. These drivers definitely very close when it comes to who they're racing with. Midfield in the midfield and front in the front. But I say that, and Mike Burkov, who normally you'd expect to be a midfield driver, currently 2 seconds ahead of Crabtree, pulling a lead on more or less a second plus to the rest of the people behind them.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see Danny putting pressure on Hawley now in 8th place, the battle for 7th place there. Hawley giving pressure on Katina as well. Seems like there's just a train lining up behind Katina.
Yeah, and Polgren, who had a very unfortunate excursion earlier, getting pushed off track. Falling back to P19, looking like he's going to have to push his way through the field here. But Felker up here, looking like, actually, I say that, and Hawley just had an opportunistic lunge, and he just get...
Oh, as Felker goes off track, a little bit behind. Oh! And almost comes back onto the track and takes out a car, but he manages to keep it off track.
Ollie Raza having a spin there. What happened on that? Oh, that was on the rejoin. He does clip a car on the rejoin. Ollie Raza.
From my angle, it didn't look at. Raza, just unfortunate time and place there.
Ollie Raza having a very nice race last race, managing to get P5 or 4. But this race getting punted off the field, unfortunately. It's just so hard to spot your braking points here in these night races, and so easy to do something like that.
Yeah, for sure. As we look further up the field, it looks like, yeah, Katina side by side there.
Side by side with Kostovich. Not sure he wants to be battling Kostovich right now. I think Kostovich is going to make quite easy work of this and move on up the field.
Kostovich on the inside there a little bit. Lets them know, hey man, you may be a fast racer, but I'm not going to give you this position. As Kostovich says, well, then I'm just going to take it. Lunges on the inside, gets in front of Katina. Well done, Kostovich. Can he hold it, though? Katina saying, oh, man, I'm not going to give up that easily. But just can't carry the speed through that left-hander.
He should be able to hold that position down at this point, as he does have the superior pace. Not taking anything away from Satina, just that Kostovich is he's on a different strategy right now, we'll call it.
We'll just call it for what it is. Say he's on a different league.
Yeah, and Kerstetter as well.
Pace.
Currently side by side with Hawley. Hawley is probably not going to give too much of a hard time, as getting actually Kostovich there as an Andy Oak holding him up. But I say that, and he makes contact with Andy O because he tries to go around the outside there in the chicane.
And Andy Oak a little bit offset there from the contact, slowed down, and even had some contact with Holly there. As there was even some, oh man, some more contact through
Whoa.
the Melbourne hairpin. And Holly is turned around, and it doesn't look like he can move. Car's trying to fish his way around him.
Take a look at that again. We have cars just going under braking. Holly going under, just a bit of contact in the middle of it and slowed down, and everyone just kind of concertinaed. We have a massive yellow flag on track, that looks like. Still, actually, that's just the driver. I'm Not Jimmy looking like he got caught up in this as well.
Yeah.
A lot of incidents in this race.
Yeah, well, it's to be expected in these night races, man.
Especially on a track like Donington, where a lot of people are very unfamiliar with this track.
And look at Sewell. He managed to get past I'm Not Jimmy earlier when we were looking at Satina and Kostovich battle, and now he's up to the 10th place, above all that action where Andy Oak was.
He's running on a pretty good pace right now. He needs to pick it up, as last lap he was running a bit slower than Skinner. But this lap looking like he's significantly faster, as he's managing to close up quite significantly.
Absolutely. If you jump to more ahead more in the grid there, looks like Carnez in third place. Just getting pressure under Padberg here. I'm sorry, fifth place that was. Padberg goes for the lunge on the inside of the chicane there and manages to hold it. And next on his list is Danny.
Back down the field, you can see here Dornalis currently only in P15. This is our last race, P2, where Kostovich and Kerstetter, Kostovich being our last race winner, or was it Kerstetter?
It was Kerstetter.
Okay, Kerstetter being our last race winner, right, the 28, and Kostovich getting third, making their way all the way up to 9th and, well, 8th and 6th now, as we see him go 3 wide almost down the start-finish straight.
And what a lunge from Kerstetter. Wow.
Yellow flag up
goes for the switchback.
That's just crap. He doesn't look like he's fighting him whatsoever. Carnus just letting him by.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Not wanting to lose any time and have Skinner try to catch him unnecessarily. Smart move there from Carnus.
Absolutely. As now Kerstetter and Kostovich coming up to Crabtree. Within a second, probably within half a second after this turn, as he gets a perfect turn, Kerstetter coming up on the behind of Crabtree here, coming up on the blind right-hander.
Yeah, Kerstetter currently lapping about 2 seconds faster than Crabtree, so should make, once again, quite easy work of this as he's about to send it down the inside here. Crabtree probably not going to fight too much. Kerstetter going to go late on the, or Kostovich going to go late on the brakes. Manages to not get by, actually.
Oh, as Crabtree spins it.
Oh,
and a little contact into Kerstetter. He had to brake and slow down, and Kostovich goes right by him. Kerstetter did everything he can to avoid it.
Oh, man, that's just unfortunate. You don't expect someone to spin there. That's just, I mean, that's just a racing incident.
Yeah, just the, unstable the car going through the second half of that chicane there. Lost the rear end, and rear end spun out to the left on him and got into the lane of Kerstetter there. Kerstetter had no choice but to slam on those brakes, and he still tapped Crabtree a little bit.
Yeah, sustaining damage from that, I would imagine. And Kostovich, luckily only Kostovich overtaking him, managing to have Carnus behind him now, so not too much damage done in terms of position-wise, only losing 1 each. But that's not what you want to be seeing there, unfortunately. When you're up in that
limited time left. I mean, 19 minutes seems long when you're in the seat, but overall, it's not that long as far as race time goes. And just a shout out to Ornalis in the back of the group. Well, not in the back of the group, just overtook Andy Oak. And despite his car looking like it went from a circuit car to a rally car, he is making up good time.
Absolutely, Dornalis is driving the wheels off that thing. And so is
The
Swell.
wheels are about to fall off that thing.
Swell making his overtake there on Skinner. Now going to charge up the field. Not quite. Probably, I would imagine he won't catch Kerstetter, but he might after Kerstetter sustained that damage. Kerstetter looking like he's actually off the pace a little bit.
Yeah, hey, even if he ends in another P7, I think it's another great result for Swell there. Doing rather swell. See what I did
Absolutely.
there?
I did see what you did there.
I had to, chat. I had to. I'm sorry. What am I gonna do? All right.
Mike
What else
Burkov
is?
currently in P1 still, leading the field by a great gap of about 6 seconds or 7 seconds on the next driver. Currently coming up to lap traffic. The first little bit of it, that is Professor Kornitis. But so far, Mike Burkov driving what is for the first 15 minutes so far, a perfect race.
Yeah, if we jump back to Andy Oak there, about to get overtaken by Braun here. Maybe something going on with Andy Oak's car because it looks like he's dropping back quite a few places here as Braun is looking at his way on the inside of this first turn here at Redgate, but decides to think the better of it, lines up behind, very close to the back of Andy Oak. Can he get the better run out of turn one? Not quite. Nose to nose, though.
Still off the line a little bit as he's going to try. He's taking an alternate line to him, trying to get a different run. Looking like he runs a little, runs wide, but he's faster through this corner here.
Ooh, as you see people going off track up front there, it looks like Polgrain was going off track twice now. And he's definitely going to lose some time coming. And possibly Andy O catching up with him, with Braun still right behind him.
Yeah, Braun pushing very hard here, trying his best to get to Andy Oak. Andy Oak looking like, maybe his tires went off, maybe he doesn't have the right pressure, as right there, actually, he's just going to make easy work of him, it looks like, but not quite.
He's close. He might get the lunge on the inside, and he does through the chicane. A very, very risky move.
Braun just made that look, Andy Oak, I should say, gave that up. He must be struggling with something here as he's looking like he wants to come back on him, but he gave him more than enough space. But right there, Braun running extremely wide, scrubbing off all the speed. And he does manage to get the better run and hold the position, almost losing it back to Andy Oak. Just driving his own line. But, it's okay. He didn't lose it, so.
We could jump back up to Kerstetter here, as he's 2 tenths away from Fallen in 5th place. Manages to really pick up the pace again and pass Sewell. Was he past Sewell? No, he was past Sewell. That's correct. So looking like he's coming on the outside of Fallen here.
Kerstetter is saying that he is coming by and he is, hey, you're not going to...
Taking it.
Yeah.
We almost lost it there. Oh, it's some contact!
Kerstetter
sends Fallen into the wall. Not very, very typical of Kerstetter and Fallen there. Both very clean racers. I don't know if Fallen managed to drift on the inside there.
That was Kerstetter just getting a little impatient, I think. And actually, it looked like Polgren as well getting collected by Fallen. Oh, that went from great to terrible in a matter of seconds for Fallen, as he was... Kerstetter just got slightly impatient and had to... went for a gap that wasn't quite there. Pushed him out of the way, and then he just... Fallen goes back and collects other people as well in this, and you hate to see it.
Wow. Yeah, just an untypical move from Kerstetter. I don't know what happened there, but we'll have to look at the replay of the race in its entirety. But even then, there's not much that Fallen can do now. Unfortunately, he has indeed fallen to quite the back of the pack here.
Yeah, he needs to get his head down and keep going. That's all he can do at this point. He's got half the race to go. His tires are going to be probably flat spotted, but you can only do what you can do.
Can I just say that the puns are on point tonight from Mike Clutch? Just saying. Just saying.
I'll take your word for it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's see what other action is going down here. Let's run you through our field here. Burkhoff holding it down in first place, 6 seconds ahead of Danny in second place, with Padberg in third place, Kostovich sitting in fourth place, and we have Kerstetter in fifth place, Sewell in sixth place, excuse me, Skinner in the 96 car in seventh place, Ali Raza in eighth place. Dornowledge in that beat up BMW managed to make his way to ninth place. Carnez in 10th place. Braun in 11th. We got P12 for Eddie Oak. Kevin Smith sitting in 13th. Satina in 14th. Crabtree down to 15th, not having the best run here. Little beat up on his BMW as well. And I'm not Jimmy in sixth. Felker in 16th, excuse me. Felker in 17th. Pulgrain in 18th. Fallen all the way down to 19th. Holly, both Holly struggling. The first one here in 20th. Cronitis in 21st and 22nd for Holly.
Yeah, not the best race for the Hollies indeed. Down to the back of the
Crab,
field here. Like
Crabtree
actually,
just got a ran on, just got a inside run through Melbourne hairpin on Satina here. Managed to get another position as they come close, but Crabtree loses it.
Satina with the inside line here. Gonna
Oh, doesn't
try to hold the position off. Doesn't quite have the run here down the start-finish straight. Looking like he just wants to tuck behind, and that damage on his car, just he doesn't quite have the pace to keep up.
Yeah, I thought he wasn't going to be able to hold it on the outside of that turn there, but he manages to get it done.
Holy save from Ollie Roz as we see yellow flag down the field from Fallen again, looking like his race is over. That's unfortunate.
That's a tough day. Tough day. You know, you join these league races, you hope for the best because everybody does race consistently with each other. But these racing incidents do happen, guys. What are you going to do? Sometimes you get thrown into the wall, sometimes you cross the finish line.
But as I was saying, Ollie Roz there looking like he had an opportunity on Skinner, but he ran slightly wide onto the curbing, lit up his tires, and almost lost it and needs a new pair of pants after that.
Absolutely.
Looking like he's going to try to make the ground up back on Skinner, but not quite yet. Doesn't have the pace.
Looks like everybody on the grid here has or on the track here has fallen into a groove in line more than a second in between everybody, just about everybody except Katina, Crabtree. I'm sorry, Katina and I'm not Jimmy, as Jimmy makes a lunge on the inside, manages to hold it. Katina must be struggling with those tires or damage or something, because even I'm not Jimmy, with the damage, manages to catch the inside of that hairpin.
Yeah, Satina
Holds
running
it down.
extremely wide there, just losing all the speed and not being able to carry any whatsoever. I'm
Yeah.
not Jimmy making easy work of that. Looking up the field now at Crabtree. I'm sure he will be able to make that overtake done as well, as I'm not Jimmy is honestly quite out of position for where he should be.
Oh, as we have a car parked on the side, looks like Fallen was parked on the side there.
Yeah, it's just not the best race from Fallen. It's
Yeah,
just
he's really
not.
struggling. As we finally get some daylight here. I'm not Jimmy, about 5/10 of a second away from Crabtree here, making up some good timing. You said it was out of character for him to be this far back on the grid. Well, he's here to show you you are correct as he comes up probably within 2/10 of a second of Crabtree, if not 1/10 now.
Yeah, it looked like he wants to make a move here. Not quite yet, as he's. Well, he
Oh,
made the move because Crabtree ran wide, and I'm not Jimmy. Made the overtake along with Satina, getting by as well. And looking like actually Felker might have enough of a run to get by Crabtree. Not quite, though. Gonna be just too far back for that one.
yeah,
But
Crabtree said I had enough of a set of Corsa Competizione. I want to play some Dirt 5.
yes, he did. That was not quite the best choice in the middle of a 30-minute race, but you know, it happens.
Yeah,
People make
absolutely.
choices.
If we can jump up to Ali Raza here in eighth place, he's looking like he's about a half a second away from Skinner as they come around the first turn here. Come
Ali
into this
Raza,
really flowy part of this track, and yeah, he's holding it down, man. He's
he
holding it down.
he's been struggling to make overtakes though throughout this season so far. He's really good at following, but he just whenever he has to get out of that slipstream and try to make the window, and he just can't quite. I mean, he's almost too nice, where
Yeah.
he sends himself into the dirt before making a little bit of contact. And while that's extremely respectful, sometimes you got to get your elbows out.
Yeah, agreed. But you know, with these league races comes a reputation, and I can understand that you'd rather be a reputable, safe driver, even if it is in the case where you land in the mid pack as opposed to the top three. But you do it safely. I would say that's the move that I would make every day too.
I agree wholeheartedly. But Ali Raza doing that very well so far as he's in the P8. Where he manages to find his way up here seemingly every race.
Absolutely. If we could jump a few places back, K. Braun looking like he's going to get the run on Carnez soon. As he gets a great move out of the chicane, but he almost lost it. Manages to hold it. Didn't get a better run because of that. Coming down through the Melbourne hairpin. Tries to send it on the inside. Just puts it there to make Carnez a little nervous.
And actually, jumping down the field here, I want to see Ali Raza looking like he has the run here on Skinner. Skinner doing everything he can to defend there. And making it work as well, as Ali Raza cannot quite get by, but I say that, and he's going to have a second lunge here down the inside, but Skinner covering it off left nicely.
Yeah. Maybe we can get that dash cam view, see how close it is, and see what the view they're experiencing as drivers. As he's right on his bumper.
Trying to find that gap. Just being as patient as he can. He sees one, but doesn't quite want to take it, as that's not the best move to overtake there in the chicane.
Yeah, just puts himself in the rearview mirrors there to make sure that Skinner knows what's coming.
And he's going to have a really good run here onto the back straight, but it looks like Skinner as well is going to have a good run. Can't quite make it stick here as we jump back, as I want to hop up here to Danny. Danny managed to catch Mike Burkov. Not sure what happened there, but Mike Burkov, who is comfortably ahead of the field, now in the grips of Danny. He goes very defensive there into the final corner. No idea what happened there. Yellow flag there from Holly. That was K. Holly.
Yeah, I think he's just unstable on that track and just found himself off the track. Danny having a great race today. Great race.
Yes, for sure, as he's now trying to pressure for the race lead here. But he doesn't want to battle too hard, as Padberg, if he falls into Padberg's grips, Padberg and I mean, once again, no offense to these drivers, Padberg is faster than these two. Well, not quite, though. I say that, and Padberg actually is not faster than Danny right now. Danny faster than both Mike Burkov and Padberg, and Kostovich for that matter. So yeah, Danny is absolutely flying.
Yeah. Yeah, doing some great stuff. Just to keep you updated on the battle between Raza and Skinner, it's still just about where we left off. Skinner doing one hell of a job on the defense. And he almost had him at last lap around the Melbourne hairpin in the next turn after that. So we'll see as they come around through the chicane up to the Melbourne hairpin. See what Raza can do.
Oh, he had the opportunity. Just to send, I'd love to see a send down the inside from him.
Oh, and it looks like Raza's got the better run out of the chicane, right on his bumper. Getting as much of a draft as he can as he punches on the inside for the hairpin. And he's way deep with it. It looks like Skinner had to back off.
Skinner trying to carry the momentum, though, as he does. He uses all the track he can, runs wide, and he manages to have a great run here down the inside line. Manages to hold it off for the next one around the final corner. Still holding it off. Ali Raza doesn't quite get it done. Now Dornalis is right there, ready to capitalize on this mistake. So he does. He tries to send it down the inside. Not quite there, though, as Skinner slams the door shut, but a little too hard, and he runs himself wide off the track. Both Ali Raza and Dornalis get through. Now Dornalis pressuring Ali Raza.
Raza could finally breathe and let his leg stretch. He was held back, and I mean, I had my second camera watching him as we were taking a look up the field a little bit, and you can totally see how he was indeed being super careful when it came to his overtake, and he was just patient with it, just waiting for the mess up. And sure enough, he was awarded.
Yeah, and Dornales here doing a great job pushing his way through the field so far, starting in second to last, making his way all the way up to 8th so far, pressuring Ollie Raza for P7 and swell up the field. Managing to stick with Kerstetter, at least from that gap. The gap isn't closing or getting any wider, running about the exact same lap time, which is all he needs to do right now.
Yeah, and it looks like Kevin Smith getting the inside run on Braun here, and manages to hold it. We'll see if Braun can have something to say back to him, but it doesn't look like it. Oh, but Smith runs a little wide on the chicane, catches some
Oh,
gravel.
Braun, though, does as well. Braun clobbered the curb on the inside of that chicane, lost all of his momentum, and actually Carnes came through and stole that position from him for P11.
He said, "Hey, if you're gonna mess up, I'm gonna take advantage of it." And now even I'm Not Jimmy is on the rear bumper of Braun here. We got a 4-car battle for 11th place, basically.
Some great racing from all 4 of these drivers, too, as they're about to look like they want to go side by side. Carnes and Braun. Doesn't quite work out this time. Carnes managing to have a good enough run. Smith pulling away from all of this nonsense while these guys battle. At least he's
Yeah, Smith
trying his
says,
best.
I got 10th place and I'm gonna keep it here. You guys can fight for 11th place. And it looks like I'm Not Jimmy almost had the inside run, but couldn't quite hold it. Had to lift off on the throttle as he made the left-hander. Coming around this right-hander now. Tries for the switchback and it overshoots it. Unstable the car. I don't think he has a good run out of there.
No, not quite. Just managing to tuck behind. I'm Not Jimmy, trying his best to make it by Braun here, but just can't quite get a window to do so.
Yeah, some real close racing. Jimmy is just waiting patiently for his moment. Has a look, decides the better of it. Keeps it on the racing line. Oh, and a little squirrely from Braun there in the rear end.
Dornales and Ollie Raza side by side. Dornales trying his best to go around the outside there, the penultimate corner. He's going to have the inside line for the final corner here. Tries to go late on the brakes, but Ollie Raza even later takes the outside line. He's going to carry the momentum out down the start-finish straight, but Dornales does manage to keep it going. Has the advantage for right now. They go side
Ooh,
by side. They bump a little bit on the
love tap.
straight. Even
And
more
another love tap.
contact. Dornales extremely late under braking there. Ollie Raza trying his best to hold the inside line. Dornales trying to sneak through the outside, but he can't quite manage to get it done just yet. Ollie Raza doing an amazing job defending this, but Dornales trying his through the chicane side-by-side action the entire time. Ollie Raza,
Raza
though,
really eats that curb to get in front of him, and it manages to hold it done. Dornales did not want to give that up. He almost had it, but unfortunately had to tuck behind him back into the racing line as we come up around this right-hander and then up the hill, up into this blind right-hander. Dornales just cannot answer. Again, Raza holds it down. Great defense from Raza.
some amazing last lap action there. This is insane as Dornales not even wanting to give up just yet. He still wants that position. He's going to try all the way through the last corner and even pry up the straight. As currently we have Danny, our race leader, don't often get to say that, going to be crossing the finish line here, rounding the final corner, drifting in style, crossing it to secure P1. A lovely race from Danny. But,
Yeah, great down. He was down in second place. Who was originally in first place?
oh shoot, that was a good crash. Mike Burkhoff, who is now in P6, had a bit of a moment there at the end, managed to spin out on track. Going back down, I'm Not Jimmy, and Dornales as well. Actually, Dornales does manage to get by Ollie Raza finishes in front as a photo finish at the end there.
Wow.
Ollie Raza manages to hold that position from Dornales. Dornales trying absolutely everything he could, but could not get it done. Some amazing action on that last lap there.
Wow. That was incredible. Nose to nose, man. That looked like the Ford
We're gonna
finish
we're
on
gonna
the
go
Le Mans
back
in
here.
1969.
We're gonna go back here and helicam this. I want to see this again in the replay.
Look how close that is.
That is insane. Ollie Raza just sneaking it out right at the end. Wow.
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 If Ali Raza sneezed while he drove, the momentum from the sneeze would have pushed him back far enough to Dornales could have taken it. Thank God he didn't. That
Wow.
was tighter than tight.
Just an
Wow.
absolutely
And
amazing
Sewell
finish.
finishing in the top 5. 5th place for Sewell there.
Managing to sneak by Mike Burkhoff after he made that mistake. Absolutely amazing races. He started down in P17?
Wow.
P16,
Wow.
P16.
Somebody buy that boy a beer tonight.
Yeah, that was an absolutely amazing drive. Along
That
with
was
everyone else,
crazy.
Kostovich starting in last place, managing to finish in third, getting on the podium, and Kerstetter in fourth. Great race from them as well. Kerstetter having a bit of an incident, though, in the middle of the race with a bit of contact. That was maybe a little controversial. I'm sure they'll have a nice little talk afterwards, and everything will be all cleared up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. As Peoples comes into the chat so well, finishing in 5th place in this race, and I believe it was 7th place in the prior race. You definitely deserve one, my friend. Very great job racing. And shout out to all of our drivers tonight. They did great. They did great. And shout out to Trackalicious, of course, for hosting. Got to shout out Box 3 and also 949. All these guys. Guys, if you're not following them, if you don't know them, I don't know what you're doing. Make sure you go check them out.
Absolutely. These communities are so nice, every single one of them. Even if you're a beginner, feel free to go and contact. There's leagues for absolutely everyone. Family, friends. In fact, we have family leagues sometimes.
Yeah, and even wife swaps. So get your lady in the seat so she can get a taste of what racing is like, and ultimately, hopefully, understand why you love it so much.
So now hopefully we can get some of these winners up here in this stream from the last race. I don't think we're going to be able to get them from the first race. That's okay, though. Well, I guess we'll get a couple. And actually, I'm just going to hop down there because they're all three in a lobby together. Do you want to
I'll
hop down
join
to
you.
Garage 9?
Yeah.
I was up there for sure.
Boys. Danny,
Uh-oh.
what
Huh?
happened? You won.
I did.
What happened?
Yes, I got to win.
Is that your first win of this season?
For the M2s, yeah, I think it is.
Awesome. Well, that's really cool to see you manage to hold that. Mike Burkhoff just making a mistake there at the end. You just kind of capitalized on it.
Yeah, I knew that I could get him into the corner. Just whether or not he was going to fight me really hard for it, I wasn't sure about. But it was a good race overall. It was fun fighting up there to the field.
Yeah, absolutely. And Kostovich and Kerstetter, you guys had a bit of action too down the field. I guess I should start with Kostovich. Bit of controversial action, maybe.
On the field?
Or was that Kerstetter?
That was Kerstetter.
That was Kerstetter. My bad. I always get you two mixed up. Kerstetter. Bit of controversialness from you.
Which part?
Uh,
You're gonna have to be more
The
specific.
part where you sent that poor man fallen into oblivion down. I forget which straight it was. I can't tell if it was a little lean from you or a little lean from him, but your front left-hand quarter panel hit his rear right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I knew he had a better run off the corner, and then my spotter said clear left, which I don't know why I believed the ACC spotter. So then I just was gonna merge in behind him, because he was coming off the curb, and then it just apparently I wasn't clear left. So then I kind of like continued going straight. He came back on the circuit, and I clipped his left rear. It wasn't on purpose. Had I known that we weren't actually clear, I would have moved over right a little bit.
Somebody's got to fire that spotter.
Right?
Yeah, and tell us a little bit about your race, Kostovich.
I just followed Ed. That was my race. That was my second race. Ed made all the holes, and I just drove through them. And then at the very end there, Burkhoff went wide, which gave me an opportunity, and I think his rear might have snapped on him coming in, but I had to take the corner really slow since I was so shallow on entry. Might have caught him off guard, but good race overall. I don't know what happened to Dornelles. We had a fantastic race one. Great move by him, going too wide for the two sectors there.
That was
I
insane.
think I saw him get murdered on the front straight on the second race. I'm not sure though.
Dornalis?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so.
he got caught up in the straight, and it looked like somebody just leaned into his quarter panel and just unsettled the rear and sent him into the wall. That's what happened.
Did he?
Yeah, remember it was fairly in the beginning when Dornalis was coming down the straight.
Oh, that was right.
And
He
somebody
recovered very well from that. Yeah.
he did recover very well, but yeah, he unfortunately from that point on his car looked like a rally car more than a circuit car. So
Yeah, fair enough. Well, that was a great race from you guys. If you guys have anything final to say, love to hear it. Sick.
I don't, but thank you. Thank you guys for hosting.
Yeah, no, thank you guys for being a part of it. Danny, awesome win. Congratulations, your first win of the season. That was a great drive. You did everything you needed to.
Thank you.
Kerstetter as well. Great drive. And Kostovich as well. As always, I don't need to compliment you guys. You guys are just good. You know it.
I mean, shout out to Padberg too. Couldn't keep up with them. So
That is true.
Yeah,
Fadberg having
Padberg was on a
very,
tear.
yeah. But we
Alright,
can jump back up to the stream team real quick.
yes, sir.
And that was our race winners there. Once again joining us. And now we have Eric joining us for a few final words as well.
Crackalicious himself.
What intense racing, guys. That was nuts. Especially watching Dornelas and Raza at the end there. I think that's the closest finish we've ever seen.
That was insane.
That was nuts. Yeah. I don't think I've seen that anywhere in sim racing like that. So
Yeah, did you guys capture what the difference was? Because I wonder if it was hundreds or thousands between the two.
I think I can
didn't.
go back because I'm still in it. Hold on.
I mean, I might be on stream when I did, but that was just such. I mean, that was a photo finish.
Yeah, it was amazing. Really, and crazy great racing from those guys as well. I mean, glad to see Mr. Baisden back in it and winning the race. It's been a while since we've seen him around and seen him winning. Not that he doesn't have the talent to do so, but yeah, it's great to see him back again. So
Yeah,
I just hopped in here to say that I do have a raid queued up, Mr. Nause. So
Okay, cool. I was gonna say
ready
I have
when
one
you
too.
are.
I'm ready. I have one queued up as well. So go ahead and send it.
Okay. Well, you guys want to close the stream off for all of our viewers before I press the button?
Ah, fair enough. Thanks everyone for watching, everyone for joining us as we saw this awesome M2SDAY reverse grid here at Donington, round 5, 2022 championship. Here with Mike Clutch and Mike Nause. Mike Clutch, you have anything else to say? Go ahead and close us out.
Hey, thank you guys. I just wanted to shout out Trackalicious again for hosting 949 in Box 3 Motorsports. Great group of guys there. Make sure you guys go check them out. Thank you to Mike Nause and Eric for allowing me to co-host. And I want to thank everybody from the Clutch Cave that came over to support this stream because we love to support those that support us. So guys, thank you once again. We'll catch you next week for M2SDAYs.
And yeah, we're gonna raid what seems to be a new North American community. So shout out to Plebeian Racing. Go and show them some love, everyone. Thanks. Good night.